Hello, plant community. Thanks for tuning into Full of Foliage. Pam's here creating a safe space, showing lots of grace, sharing a lot of plant care, plant hauls, planty crafts, and the occasional shopping trips. Join me so that we can become planty friends, have fun, and possibly learn and grow. Hey guys, today we are going to talk about this beautiful baby right here. This is my Begonia Alice Faye. And we're going to just have a casual conversation. I'm going to tell you guys how I came across this beauty, some fun facts about her, and some tips on how I've managed to keep her alive. So if this seems like something that you're interested in and you would like and you want to know more about plants, please don't forget to subscribe, push those thumbs up, like, and share. Okay, so I've had this plant literally for over a year. I brought this plant. I actually checked to see when I purchased this plant because you know I don't keep up well with the dates, but I've actually purchased this plant back in April of 2024. And so I've had her for well over a year now, about a year and a few months now. And initially, you guys, I brought this plant from Steve's Leaves, and I wasn't even really looking for this plant in particular. I wanted the Begonia beefsteak, which I don't know about you in your neck of the woods, but where I'm at, it's really hard to get. And I do believe Steve's Leaves do sell that particular Begonia, but it's always sold out. And so this one day when I went online to see if I could find it, of course it was sold out. But then I came across this beauty right here, and I said, oh, well, if I can't get the beefsteak, I feel like this plant right here would do swell, because I mean, just look at the leaves, you guys. And when I brought her, she was in a 4-inch pot. As you can see, she hasn't done much of a upgrade. This is probably still a 4-inch pot, but I just wanted to put her in something a little bit more colorful like her, if that makes any sense. So really quick, you guys, this is a hybrid plant. This is a hybrid begonia. The parents is the Begonia Lenore Olivier, which is a cane begonia, and then the other one is a Mexican rhizomatous species B, and I'll put the other scientific name down below because it's really hard to pronounce. But what I've noticed is you can see from looking at both plants, if I'm able to find a photo, I'll put it up. But if not, you guys, see if you can actually Google those two plants and see. You'll see that it has the cane feature because it's actually growing upright and not like spruce or like just climbing out of the pot. Even though I know at some point when she gets too tall, she will probably lean over. And as far as the Mexican rhizomatous species B, she actually is getting that beautiful round leaves. I mean, this plant, if y'all don't have a beefsteak and you want a beefsteak and you're in the same rut situation like I am, I highly do recommend this particular plant. Now, as far as toxicity goes, you guys, you know, all begonias is pretty much toxic. It's not toxic enough where it will kill you, but if it's ingested, it can cause some gastrointestinal issues. So you just want to make sure if you have pets that love biting and chewing on things, you want to probably put this plant high up. Now, as far as flowers, you guys, I have not yet gotten this particular begonia to flower, even though I've had a couple of them in my collection flower. Just this one hasn't done it yet, and it's okay. I'm very patient. But when she does flower, she does produce very like a vibrant, bright pink cluster of flowers. So I think that would really be so beautiful against these beautiful dark leaves that you see right here. Now, as far as the growth habit, you guys, I honestly would say for me, she is a moderate grower. When I got her, she was literally maybe a couple of leaves close to the pot, and she's given me all this growth within the over the year and a half I've had her thus far. Now you might ask yourself, like, what do I categorize a moderate grower? Well, I wouldn't call her a super fast grower where I can't keep up with the growth pattern. You know how you have plants that just grow so fast. You may put it on a stake, and before you know it, you blink once and you have to use another stake or extension or anything like that. It's not growing fast in that way. She's a moderate yet subtle grower. I think her growth habit is just, I think, sporadic. So you don't even really notice it until you look and be like, oh man, she's really gotten tall or something along those lines. But she has been, like I said, a pretty moderate grower, and I really haven't had any issues with this plant growing her. Honestly, you guys, if I could give my recommendations as far as tips or care for this plant, two things: water and light has been the key. I think the success really in growing most begonias is you have to find the adequate lighting situation. Now for her, she's been more or less growing in this sunroom, and it's panoramic view as far as lighting. She initially used to be right here sitting on this little stand I have right here. So she was getting light mainly at the time from my Sansi light, and of course several feet away from the windows that's around here. But now I have her actually sitting on a stand behind you, and so she's like a few inches away from the window. And I think my saving grace with that is because I have all these windows in my yard, there's this huge tree that does a lot. I'm looking at right now, a big cascade of leaves that kind of like blocks or shade most of the sun that really could beam in here. And so right here, mainly over in this area, I would say would be the majority of the tree. So it's getting like that bright indirect dapple light, and to me it's been a sweet spot for her. In regards to watering, you guys, I didn't want to put her in anything porous. This pot right here is actually a glazed pot, glazed on outside and inside, and you know glazed pots usually retain moisture. I do have her in like my mix, which is just regular cocoa peat and cocoa chips and perlite, and I do that because I know I can be a heavy waterer at times. So it's, for me, it works for me. It's like a perfect balance between making sure that she stayed moist but not wet. So she does not like to dry out. And honestly, I gotta say, I gotta pat myself on the back. I think all this time I've been doing very, very well with making sure that she's maintained her moisture. I honestly can say I have not really lost a leaf, at least behind watering. If anything, I've lost a leaf by snapping her or breaking a stem. And I actually actually broke one today, bringing her from the plant stand over there to here to do this video. And I said, oh man, look at, but just look at the beauty of the leaves, you guys. Like, very beautiful and very affordable. So I'm just sticking her in this propagation vessel that I have here, and hopefully she'll give me roots. If not, you know, and if she does, I might just go ahead and put her back in the pot, or who knows, maybe I'll just be venturous and just start a whole new little small pot. As far as, like I said, the light and the water, honestly, you guys, like right now, I'm feeling her. Just that I'm not even really sticking my finger in the soil because of my mix. Mind you, now you want to keep in mind, you guys, if you have a denser mix than I do, then you more than likely want to water less because it's going to hold on to moisture a little bit longer. But because mine's is such an airy mix, I'm not really sticking my hand in here. And also too, because it's in here, it gets hot in here. And this is actually in the evening, you guys, and right now with the door shut, the thermostat is at 74. Fahrenheit, to give you guys perspective. But in the middle of the day, around like 12 or 1, it can really, the temperatures can really amp up, which means the plants in here, even though they like it, you have to really be on top of it as far as your watering regimen, because they dry out rather quickly, in my opinion. So For this plant, I'm literally touching the top and it feels dry. So for me, I'm not even worrying about sticking my finger in the soil. I don't have to. I just know that it's time to give her a drink. Now, I can say, you guys, she has, as you see, a small drainage hole. Sometimes sometimes I'll water her till just to flush out every once in a blue moon, you guys, honestly. Water her until water actually comes out, but I don't do it all the time. Reason being is because I know that the top, it feels dry. It very well is probably a little bit moist down here. And I feel like if I kept watering the plant each and every time until the water just started coming out, that more than likely it will be prone to me root rotting the plant. I mean, that's just my theory. I've been doing it this way for a while, and for a few years actually, with some of my moisture loving plants, and it tends to work out well for me. So that's really my tip. Now, as far as pests, you guys, I gotta knock on wood. She hasn't had any pest issues. She hasn't been sick, y'all. But I do know that for begonias in here, magically, some of my begonias, well, really not the ones I've had really in here. I've had a couple inside. That's really been like the bane of my existence was mealybugs, you guys. So mealybugs, they love begonias, is my personal opinion. So you want to make sure you check the petioles, and especially around here. But luckily for this particular plant, and considering mealybugs are so white and fluffy little boogers, they would be really easy to spot in a plant like this. Also, another cool feature about this plant, in my personal opinion, is the fact that the leaves are big. Because the leaves are big, I really can get my rag and do my pre-pest management. Now, honestly, you guys, am I vigorously pre-pest managing this plant? I'm not. I'm probably doing this plant, and honestly, like I said, here it is, actually July. I think you're going to see this video in July. But, and I want to say that I've wiped her leaves 4 times, maybe 5 times since I've had her. So I do, and when I wipe her, I really do wipe all of the leaves. I take my time and wipe every last leaf, believe it or not, the front and the back. And it gives me an opportunity. The reason why I do that, it gives me an opportunity to really get in there and really inspect my plant and see what's going on. And it's really therapeutic for me. I don't know if it is for you, but like with my bigger leaf plants, like my Maranta, my Calathea orbifolia, my Ploumanii, my Not Pink So Pink Princess, my Amazonica alocasia, even my heartleaf, I can't think of it now, my monsteras, those big leaves, when I actually wipe them down and clean them with a rag and my little solution, it's really therapeutic for me. So I really do enjoy doing that. So, you know, everybody don't really enjoy doing their pest management. It can really be a drag, and sometimes you can have good days and sometimes you can have bad days. But even when I'm having a good day or a bad day, for some reason I can just sit back and get a hot cup of tea or coffee, which is one of my favorite beverages. Wow, I can't talk today, you guys. Listen to some nice music, and I can just zone out. But anyway, I check a lot along the petiole and the leaf, and that's just mainly what I do. And so far, I mean, she's growing tall, you guys, and it's like she's like 1, 2, like 5 vines in the pot. Guys, when I brought her last year, I paid, because I checked. I keep receipts. I checked. I paid $14.99 for that plant, which I think is a steal. And you know what? Ever since I've actually brought this plant, I really haven't been on the hunt anymore for the begonia beefsteak. Isn't that crazy? I feel like I don't really need it because they do kind of look similar a little bit, except for I think the beef stake begonia may be a little bit more of a leaning plant as far instead of growing upright. I'm not sure if y'all have one of those. If y'all anybody have a beefsteak, please correct me on that. But yeah, I don't even really want one now because I'm so in love with this plant, and I'm gonna have to stake her up soon because you see this right here, she's starting to lean over, and I like, really honestly, I like the upright look that she's giving. You can tell pretty much which direction I have her growing, but honestly it doesn't even matter which direction she grows because all the panoramic views of this plant, she's absolutely stunning and amazing. And I'm so glad I have her in my collection. So well done, Alice. Well done. So yeah, this pretty much ends this video on how I care for this beauty in a nutshell, as far as growth habit and things like that. Before I actually end this video, I do want to ask you guys, I'm sorry, I saw something. I just want to make sure it wasn't a bug. But before I end this video, you guys, I do want to ask you guys' opinion. Please share with me your thoughts as far as the opening of my videos. By the time you see this, you would have seen the new way that I've opened up my video. I wanted to change it up, you guys. The reason why I did that is because actually in December, time goes by fast, but in December, it will actually be 4 years since I've had this channel going. And I mean, I'm excited and surprised that it lasts this long. And anyway, you know, I'm always coming up, trying to come up with new ideas. Y'all know if y'all been watching me and really been watching my episodes and things, I can be quite creative. And I like being creative, and so I kind of wanted to do an opening that really spoke to me, and I felt really good about it. So yeah, if y'all can just let me know if y'all like that, if it seemed, you know, you really like it, like a little upgrade. I felt like I needed to do an upgrade, something a little bit more refreshed, something new, more up to date, if that makes sense. But yeah, like I said, comment, and just comment in general, you guys, because I love reading your thoughts. And yeah, so that's it. I've rambled on enough. So keep in mind, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do, and you love listening to planty things, if you haven't subscribed yet, please check for me, you guys, and double check to make sure you've subscribed. Push those thumbs up. Also, hit that bell notification so you guys can know when I do upload video shorts or whatever the case may be. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, and until next time, guys, much love. Bye.